Hello my friends and fellow gamers, and welcome back to this episode of the Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough. My name is Blue, and I am joined by my companions, Lae'zel, Astarion, Wyll, and of course, my character, Luna, the Druid Tiefling. So we are here in the Dank Crypt. Hopefully today I don't have as many allergy problems as I was having in my previous recording. I have allergies all year round. My sinuses and respiratory system just do not agree with any season whatsoever. Winter is usually not too bad, but fall, spring, summer, something is annoying it. But anyway, Luna has looted the chests that she could see, and now we are going to head through the unlocked set of heavy oak doors. And inside of it, we start to see some vents on the ground, as well as this sarcophagus in the center here that, you know, nobody has noticed anything amiss with. Well, since I, the player, know that something is amiss, I am going to hurriedly loot the rest of the room here, and then let Astarion do what Astarion does best. We find several chests and other smaller sarcophagi off to the sides. Of course, Luna is encumbered because she has the strength of a weasel. So let's just take all of these weapons and some of the armors and give them to our strongest character, Lae'zel. Alright. With that, she goes ahead and loots the rest of the sarcophagi. And then she grabs her new friends and waits outside, wondering why Astarion isn't joining her. And Astarion is going to just open up that sarcophagus, noticing that he just sprung a bunch of traps, and so with all of his rogue-like movements, he is going to action dash, and he doesn't even need to bonus action dash to get out of the room. So, not too big of an issue, but it is weird that nobody caught the perception check that this thing was trapped. Anyway, with that room dealt with, Luna goes to the other side and uses magical pockets to grab the engraved key that Astarion looted from that central sarcophagus in the other room. And they see a huge chamber with a bunch of dead scribe skeletons who have some goodies on them. So Luna is going to go from body to body, seeing what she can find. She sees a locked chest over here, so she asks Astarion to once again do what Astarion does best, and to lockpick that gilded chest. And she'll even give him some guidance as well. A 3 goes up to a 13 with all the bonuses he's got, so that is no problem. Let's go ahead and leave Lae'zel here. Because this room looks a bit trap-like something might be lying in wait, so Luna wants to just spread out her party so that they can be ready from all angles of the room, just in case somebody creeps up on them. So far, nobody recognizes who this statue is to. So this is just some unknown crypt to some lost deity. I did not want Luna to sit down on that bench. I wanted her to loot the scimitar from that body. Alright, now that's all of the bodies dealt with. There's one more chest. I don't want to light the candelabra. Please just give me the chest. Thank you. Luna will go down here because it looks like there is a room over here with a button on the wall. And she is going to call out to her friends to just hide a little bit. Maybe they can get the jump on anything if that button happens to be a trap. Alright, with all of her friends hiding, Luna is going to push the button. The door slides open, And her companions in the cutscene are not where she left them, which is really funny. And oh look, all of those dead scribes awaken from the dead and have initiated combat. So Luna, having communicated with her party, has asked them to get involved if a fight happens. And so Astarion goes first. He sneak attacks for 19 damage on that scribe. And he is then going to dash in range of this other scribe. So with his assassination initiative part of his subclass, even though he started combat by shooting that other scribe, he gets his action back at the start of combat. So Astarion is a very good character if you have him as the assassinate subclass. He is a great character with which to start combat. And so he puts another arrow into the back of that scribe, so that is 2 shots, 2 kills. Well done, Astarion.
Oh, so much for peace.
Next up, we're going to see Lae'zel sneak behind the scribe, who helpfully has their back turned. And she is going to Booming Blade slash them in the back for 8 damage. Well done to Lae'zel. And then finally, Wyll is going to slowly creep from the shadows to get a better view, and he will cast an Eldritch Blast into his scribe for 8 damage. That is pretty good for Wyll, and he is just going to move up so that he is within melee range in case this scribe tries to run away. Luna is going to go ahead and cast Spike Growth around this scribe right here, so that they will have to take some damage if they want to try and move closer to her. And with that, she will use up her final wild... Actually, no, she won't. She is going to just move back and hold her ground and preemptively cast Shillelagh on her staff. So now it is the scribe's turn. One of them moves away from Lae'zel and gets critically hit in the back. The scribe that Luna was hoping to get trapped in the spike growth, it did its job. He took a lot of damage, and unfortunately that other scribe who moved away from Wyll escaped the attack of opportunity. So this scribe started with 41 health. It is down to 2, so between waddling all over the spike growth, it took 39 damage. Luna thinks that is a job well done. And so, honestly, she is just going to back up, let it come to her, and hope it takes 2 ticks of damage.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Astarion doesn't realize that's her plan, so he is going to creep forward a little bit, crouch down into the shadows, and attempt to put an arrow in its back, which he does for 12 damage. Lae'zel has been blinded, so she does remember a scribe being in this general vicinity, so that's where she moves to. And she pops out in front of this scribe, who she whacks out with her sword for 11 damage, and that is a job well done. Wanting her party to come to her, Luna ends the concentration on the spike growth so that she doesn't injure anybody, and she calls her friends to her. Does anybody else recognize? Lae'zel recognizes this statue as Jurgle, a former scribe of the dead. So with that interesting tidbit tucked away, they move into this room and loot the chest for an amulet of lost voices and a couple of other goodies, and then they go to the ornate sarcophagus. Luna attempts to read the plaque in front of the sarcophagus.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
The guardian of the tombs. She is going to go ahead and open up the richly adorned sarcophagus. And when she does that, necrotic magic flows through the tomb, and we see a skeletal hand push the lid of the sarcophagus off, and a skeletal figure levitates out of the sarcophagus, rather creepily, Luna doesn't know whether to attack or run or parlay with this
So he
undead
has spoken,
being.
and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Well, the undead seems maybe not friendly, but not hostile. And she is going to notice that. A peaceful undead. Interesting. Why aren't you attacking me?
Because that would be senseless.
I mean,
Wilt thou
she's not going to
answer
argue.
my question?
I've always hated this dialogue option, yes, ask away, as though I've forgotten what the question was from 2 seconds ago. But there isn't a way to just go ahead to the next option, so yep, ask away.
I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Ba-ba-da-da. Luna, I think, would either go with option number 1 or 4. Nobody is worth more than another, or each life is of infinite value. I am going to go with number 1. No one life is worth more than any other. We are all equal.
In death, that is so.
It's rather
Very
morbid.
well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Alrighty. So with that, Luna can open the sarcophagus again and find some more goodies in there. And then she remembers seeing one other room tucked away in the far corner. So she's going to lead her party back there to see if there's anything interesting. Just more sarcophagi, one of which that she can open. And there is a locked chest, so she brings Astarion forward. Not to light the candles, but to lockpick this chest. And she's going to go ahead and give him a little bit of guidance, which he doesn't even need. So we have successfully lockpicked that for a bit of gold. Now for this book, I'm going to have Luna try and read it.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
Alright, both of these options are not good for Luna. She has no strength and no intelligence. But considering that she has druidic magic, she would look for a more arcane approach to this problem. Jeez, 15. Okay, she's definitely adding guidance. Perfect, she doesn't even need it. She finds an arcane rune to sabotage.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Let's go ahead and examine the book more closely and see if we can pass the religion check. At least the DC is lower. Oh, I don't even need it. Critical success, a natural 20.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last 3 names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scroll as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Nice. Okay. If we'd had Shadowheart or Gale in our party, they would get some inspiration for that. or if your main character has either the Acolyte or the Sage background, you would get inspiration for it. But I have neither, nor do I have either of those companions, so instead we just get a nice little scroll of Array of Enfeeblement, and we can exit this Dank Crypt using this lever in the back corner, and go outside into fresh air once more. There's a bit of balsam back here. Or sorry, not balsam, dagger root. And Luna sees some vines that she can easily climb up. Some knotted roots. This is the balsam, there we go.
That's curious.
And she also notices a dirt mound that she can dig in, which she does while she waits for her companions to scramble up the roots. In the chest we find some gold and a potion of healing, always some good items. And now she is going to go ahead and warp to the Emerald Grove Environs. And sensing that everybody's energies are waning or depleted, she is going to recommend that they make camp out of sight of the dead goblin bodies.
There are important matters to discuss.
And the moment they make camp, Luna hears a familiar voice coming to her from the little stream, and she sees that curious undead. And I always find it funny that Withers never actually introduces himself, so how are the characters meant to know to call him Withers? But anyway, she goes and talks to him.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Alright, so it looks like we have a permanent camp buddy. And she is going to ask what kind of services can he, as a skeleton, offer.
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
That is incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
She is going to note that that's helpful, but she doesn't need that service because nobody's dead yet.
Indeed. Farewell. I would have words with you.
I was just talking to you, buddy.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
Now what are you doing?
Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Well, that's helpful, but I don't want any. Yeah, so Luna is just going to awkwardly leave. And she is going to go ahead and end the day. Quite a few of our companions want to chat, so let's go ahead and do that.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
She would be a little nervous. She doesn't want anything poking around in her head.
It's natural to suffer a touch of worry, but an illithid worm should be causing more than mild anxiety. Before the illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, have showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
Yeah, Luna would be confused. It makes no sense. Why haven't we turned?
Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
All right. Lae'zel wants to have a chat.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
She would be curious as to what Lae'zel means.
Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crush. Clear.
Are all Githyanki from the tears?
Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Clear is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon. Where I slit my cousins' throats at the Vash's command.
Ugh.
But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
Well, Lae'zel seems intense. She's going to move over to Astarion.
You know, I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
Luna's going to tease him a little bit. What? You going to miss me?
Why not? You've been to the Hells and back, survived the crash, survived everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Well, I'm just trying to survive, just like you.
Yes, we're more similar than I thought.
Why are you staring?
Was I? I just need to get some air. Clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
Well, I mean, we're in the open air, buddy. How much more fresh air could you want? And then finally, let's go and chat with Shadowheart.
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind? You must be pleased to have a clear path forward. The sooner we find the druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
Yeah, me too. What will come next for you once this is all over?
Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me.
Oh? Who?
Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else?
Well, how are you feeling?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
Well, you wouldn't be Shadowheart anymore, and illithids are dangerous, so no hesitation. I would end you then and there.
A firm answer. I'd do the same.
Good to know.
We'll need that kind of thinking to make it through all this. You're doing well.
Well, thank you.
It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
You too. And with that, I think that's everybody spoken to. So let's go to bed. And I'm just going to go ahead and use up the camp supply packs. Oh, and we see Astarion skulking about. Potentially leaving camp. Alright, but before we carry on our adventure, I want to just not fix everybody's class, but just make them a bit more optimized. Because Astarion has some levels in intelligence that he doesn't need, and things like that.
Thy name.
Okay, blah blah blah. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Please help me change my class. Thank you. We're keeping him as a rogue. We might, I might give him some fighter levels to test out the Arcane Archer, because I've never done that yet. But for right now, he does not need intelligence. I will put that in, we'll put it in Constitution, why not? Give him some more Constitution. 14 Wisdom, because why not? Yeah, I think that'll be fine. He doesn't need any charisma. Acrobatics is fine. Stealth is fine. Yeah, all that's fine. Sleight of hand and stealth are perfect. Perfect. Let's go ahead and level him up. I still want to get him to level 3 rogue to have that assassinate subclass. But I think the next couple of levels I'll put it into fighter. But first let's go ahead and steal back the gold. So something, if you didn't know, you can pickpocket withers, and even if you fail the pickpocket check, he's not going to get aggressive to you. So you can basically respec or get back any downed allies for free because you can just pickpocket the gold back from him. Obviously, the more gold you're trying to pickpocket from him, the harder the check will be. But if you do it in a couple hundred of gold increments at a time, it's not too bad. Okay, blah blah blah. Help me change my class. Blah blah blah. Warlock is fine. Let's give him Minor Illusion. I can't remember if I gave that to anybody else. Because I don't think I'm going to have him be a melee character. So he doesn't need Booming Blade. I think he's mostly going to be attacking from his little darkness clouds. Yeah, the Fiend is fine. I mean, he might be killing off enemies every now and then, and so having some temporary hit points are always nice. Yeah, I'll keep him with the Fiend. Arm of Agathis and Arms of Hadar are fine. So yeah, he doesn't need any intelligence either, so let's dump that into Dexterity. Meh. That way when we get our first feat, we can do an ability score improvement and give him Constitution and Charisma to get those both up to even numbers. Yeah, Arcana is fine. He's not very intimidating. Like, I would put him more with being deceitful, because he already is keeping secrets about who his patron is, so I think just, not that I'm ever going to have him use that skill, but I think it's a better flavor for his character to have better deception. I mean, I could give him nature because he's, you know, the Blade of Frontiers, but nah, it's fine. Actually, no, I will do that. Again, this is more for flavor than anything else. So Wyll is now fine. Level him back up. So Warlock level 2. Let's go ahead and give him Hex, Agonizing Blast, and Devil's Sight. Warlock level 3. Let's give him Darkness. And I gave him Pact of the Tome before. It really doesn't matter. He doesn't need Pact of the Blade. Pact of the Chain is kind of meh. I'll just give him Pact of the Chain. Maybe we can just summon little creatures to at least help take some aggro off of our characters. So that's Wyll done. And honestly, Lae'zel is almost perfect. There are just a couple of small differences that I want to make with her attribute point split. And I'm not going to worry about respecting Shadowheart until... I didn't mean to click that button.
None.
Okay. Stop.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
What? Please just help me change my class.
Fate, dost thou require a new
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
As thou desire.
So she's fine as a fighter. She's fine with great weapon fighting. She really doesn't need intelligence, so putting that into dexterity. I kind of like her wisdom as it is. So yeah, I think that's fine. Acrobatics is fine. Survival is fine. Okay. Yeah, Lae'zel just needed a minor tweak. And let's level her back up. Blah, blah, blah. Eldritch Knight. Booming Blade. So I just gave that to Wyll. So let's go ahead and give her light. She needs shield and magic missile. Let's go ahead and... What did I have on her? Was it Long Strider or Enhanced Leap? I think it was Enhanced Leap. Well, whichever one, Luna can take the one that she doesn't have. Alright, sorry about that. I know it's not the most interesting of content to respec everybody, but on Honor Mode especially, I want to make sure everybody is as optimized as they can get. And Astarion's initial point split would be fine if I planned on having him as more of the arcane trickster. But since I'm not, he doesn't need those points. So let's go ahead and leave camp. Okay, so let's put Long Strider on everybody. Come here, Wyll. Alright. So let's go off to the west and see what kind of adventures we can find.
Lae'zel, have you ever done a good deed just
Let's go
for the
ahead
sake
and
of it?
scale these cliffs to see what's at the top.
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly, but you answered my question.
Let's go ahead and grab this balsam. There's some other goodies along the edge of the cliff, including a mushroom and more balsam. It's always nice to have alchemy ingredients on hand in case you need to top up on any potions. And I might recruit a hireling later on to be my in-camp alchemist. And so let's get some more of our companions up here, because we might have a little visitor. Okay, everyone's here. Yep, there he is. Good old Raphael. So we see a stranger walking toward us.
This? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? They do know how to write them in Cormyr, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Well, behind his pretty words, she does not like the vibes coming from this gentleman. So she is going to warn him that if he wants to threaten her and her friends, just do it and don't disguise it.
Why, I never. You're paranoid, aren't you?
And you're gaslighting.
Must be the surroundings, rather bleak and lonesome.
These are beautiful surroundings, excuse you.
This
clearly you do not appreciate nature.
Is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes.
Come.
And Luna looks around horrified as she has been teleported somewhere else.
Middle of somewhere.
At least her party is with her. She wants to be taken back right now.
And deny you the honor of my hospitality?
Yes.
This is the House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
What makes you say that? Are you threatening me again?
Call it a ninth sense.
Oof. And we see a Cambion standing in front of us.
What's better than a devil you don't know?
Nice horns.
A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Knowing how powerful that Cambions and devils are, she's not going to draw her weapon because she doesn't think it's a fight she can win. So she is going to ask, why would this creature help someone like her?
Because my compassion is boundless.
I'm sure it is.
I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. 1 skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
She's heard of people making deals with devils. It's similar to people making deals with hags. There's always an unseen cost or consequence. So she's going to say, you're mad if you think I'm going to make a deal with a devil.
And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I have a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Don't count on it.
Hope. Such a tease.
Hope is what keeps us going. So take me back, and after that, I never want to see you again.
By all means, bite the hand that feeds you, while you still have teeth. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Well, at least he took us back. So up here we see a skeleton with an amulet on it.
The harpers have been unusually active here.
Some wooden barrels. And Luna is not going to make her party climb the ladder. So instead she will, and she sees a chest up here that is unlocked with some gold and a gem in it. She goes ahead and rejoins her party. Astarion sees this weird little rock formation that nobody picks up, has a hole in it. I've never seen that. Usually somebody perceives that you can see that there's a little crevice. But oh well. With nothing of interest up there, Luna goes and heads back down the way she came. She's a little mushroom. And she sees some goblin tracks leading into a little walled-off cave along with a little backpack. So she is going to call out to her friends to come and check out this stone door with her. And with that, I think I'm going to call it there. Not much combat in this episode, unfortunately, but, you know, quite a bit of juicy, role-playing, things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And until I see you guys next time, I hope you all have a really great day. Bye-bye.